Alright guys, we are back with a video, and this time we have sound. Yo. Right, listen. So, obviously I recorded the last video and we had no sound. Thanks for everyone who commented. No sound. So something must have trolled and my mic settings changed and put it to the fucking audio of the PC. Right, so anyway. So, we can basically do this to Pokebabbo too, right? Because, before we get into this, I have fixed my eBay partner link. If you want to support the channel and you are going to buy off eBay, so let's say you get a payday and you want to go buy some Pokemon cards, or you want to buy a booster, right? You go on eBay, you tap the link, and you go buy it now, right? And you buy whatever you want, right? And then I get a commission and you don't have to do anything, but the thing is if this payout, like, you know, after 2 years, I've not had any partner links because I never filled in the W8 Ben form from eBay, right? So, tax shit. So, okay, I filled it in, they then gave me a payout, so I bought some packs with the money, right? And we put some aside, right? So, if you want to support the channel, you know, this I'll probably do PSA 10 giveaways and just mad shit, right? If it's good. So if you want to support the channel, you know, click the link below. You guys will get the benefit, right? So we'll do a raffle. I don't know, enter a load of names in, do stuff like that. So anyway, right, Pokebabbos. So Pokebabbos, hello mate, this is Pokebabbos, and I'm going to try and scam the master of eBay, right? So Pokebabbos decided to raise a case with eBay and escalated the case when I wasn't looking. So I didn't know when it allowed eBay, you know, like you ask eBay to step in, right? So ask eBay to step in for this solution to the dispute between you and the buyer, right? The third party, right? Between right, like this, yeah? Pokemon battle. Yeah, Pokemon. So they're in the middle, so you can't fight each other, right? So what happened was, he won first of all, right? Because it's automated. Automated cases on item not received, usually, you know, automation, and give him the money back, right? So he got the money back first. So I was like the guy told me before, give us a call. Right? They called me, so I requested a call from eBay, right? So I think with the buyer protection fees that they're taking to have someone from America, to actually speak to someone from America, yeah, okay, I'm for it, right? Because usually, you know, they've used people that you can't barely listen to, so, you know, their English is crap, so we'll say, you know, paying for Americans, right? So do I agree with the buyer protection being a bit ludicrous when you buy multiple items off the same guy? Yes, right? Do I think they should be a eBay merging with these two? If you buy 2 items off the same guy, the fee should merge, right? So it should be cheaper, right? So, because it's a 1 payment, not 2, right? So anyway, Pokebabbo decided to create an INR scam, right? So an INR scam is, I say I didn't get my item and you get your money back, right? Is usually what people do on eBay, right? So if you're selling this $10 magic card or this £10 magic card or whatever currency you use, right, and you send this with a stamp, that a buyer can turn around and say, well, I didn't receive my item, and he gets his money back. Now, what Pokebabbos did is he did 3 policy violations. Now, the thing is technically, you know, he could be doing 4, but 3 is right. So when you leave feedback on eBay, I'm not going to tell you exactly what specific words that cannot be used, because, you know, I'm not disclosing that, because that's eBay's, like, you know, ability to remove stuff, because, you know, people sometimes fall into the trap of typing and, you know, telling people to do this and that and blah blah, and they try and stain the seller, right? And it's not acceptable. So they they get rid of that, right? So what he said is, I called eBay. I said, look, these are the messages he sent. They can see them on their side. They can see everything that I sent. They can see everything he sent, you know. And basically, I spoke to the guy, told him that I offered him a refund, but the first time when he demanded, if you, for example, buy 10 booster packs, let's say you buy all these booster packs off one seller, and he's selling them all individually, and they all give you a postage charge, and then the postage charge is not merged, and then you turn around and say to him, I demand that you give me my money, yeah, right, and blah blah blah, or I'm going to return these items if you do not give me a refund. So, okay, so there's 2 violations within them terms of messages, right? eBay turns around and goes, well, 2 violations in this one, right? Because you are not allowed to demand money from buyer protection back, right? That's one, right? That's one. You are not allowed to demand any money back from any seller on eBay, right? So if you buy 2 items and the postage is not combined, and you demand that you get your money back, you are violating these policies. So you are getting fucked if the eBay buyer basically guy makes a complaint, right? So, or speaks to eBay. So basically, or a representative that's in the office that answers the phone or phones you, right? So that was the first one. The second one is, I offered him a refund. He got 30p back, and then he sits there demanding I give him £1.2 back, right? So they said, he's not allowed to do this. We'll be looking. I can see this right now. Blah blah blah, right? And then he also made the so-called threat to return, right? So if I don't get my weight, guys, I'm going to return your item and I'm going to get my money back. Okay, so when you come to returning items, if you misuse returns, you can also be banned. And, you can also be banned, from eBay. And this is another policy violation, because if I say, for example, send the wrong item then is you can open a return case if you receive a damaged item, like, I don't know, previously, but before on eBay I bought like a flat pack thing that you put together and they sent me the wrong item, so you have to send it back. Like, you sent me the wrong item, can you please send me the correct item? So let's say, for example, you buy some shoes and they send you the complete wrong size, or the pair of jeans, and you buy these and they send you the wrong size, right? You buy a large, they send you a medium. You buy a medium, they send you a small. This is returns process, right? So there's a thing called abusing returns, right? So threatening to return something is basically another violation, yeah? So that's one policy, right? So one policy on that. Demanding money is another policy, and the policy around feedback is also another one. So this is why I explained to eBay that there's many people that go around an INR scam on eBay, right? They basically make up, they don't get that item, but because he refused, right? And then he also, this is where another reason why he fucked up, yeah? Because he demanded that I gave him a tracking number for an item that priced in tracking price is more than what the item would cost, right? So eBay then raises concerns and goes, woo! Red flags go on in their head and be like, why is he asking for a tracking number when the tracking for the item is more expensive than officially, but he threatened to return the item before. And everyone who says, like, okay, he might have been beefing, why are you guys arguing with each other? Why are you guys having a Pokemon battle over these? Which belly bolt is going to beat the other one, right? So why are you fighting over such a low price? Well, the thing is you can argue that the price is low, but the situation that these, I think it was Club Editing who said, made the comment. I'm not being a dickhead or calling you out. It's just I'm basically saying, like, the end of the day, the price is irrelevant, because if someone is going to deliberately try and scam you for, a cheap price, kind of filling in the form for Royal Mail and then sending it in, and then even those guys know, even Royal Mail, like, knows addresses. I mean, I think one American guy got done for fraud in America because he kept saying that he didn't get loads of items, and then the US Postal Service got that many fucking files to his house that they was keeping a record of it, that all these items were not getting there. And then obviously because he was like a currency collector of coins or, notes and paper stuff, and he kept saying that he didn't get all the items, then they turn around and basically, boom, they hit him, yeah? He got jailed for that, right? Because it's fraud. So obviously receiving your item and then saying that you didn't get it is fraud. So let's say you buy a card and you're not happy with the condition, and then you basically say, oh, I didn't get it, you're scamming, right? It's straight up scamming. So, you know, if you don't want to fall victim to these people, then you ban these type of people. If you don't want to run into Pokebabbo, you ban him from your eBay. You don't allow him to buy him from you, so you never have to deal with this argument that this guy is doing, because what they can do is they can look at your account and they can see on how many items that you've received or how many items that you've basically opened cases for, and if they get concerns that, you know, you've been opening these cases and you're basically scamming or frauding items, they can ban you from the platform. There is like fraud detection like that, you know, for INR scamming. You know, I explained everything to him on the phone. You know, I said, look, you know, as a partner of eBay and someone who's a shareholder, if you are unhappy with any changes that eBay makes, you have the right to vote against, right? So, you know, if everybody votes against and 50% or 52% vote against the 49% or the shareholders, then, you know, this is how things are implemented. So if they don't agree, or if you all agree on something that they're going to make a change, then, you know, but this bioprotection bullshit has come in basically, I believe, from government, right? Because they try and pillage the public. So, you know, demanding money back from sellers, you can't do that. You got to be careful with the thing, because I can't remember who said in the comments, I made a community post, and basically, you know, he was threatening me and this and shit, and, you know, he's trying to commit fraud, right? Committing fraud is a crime, right? So if you get items and don't receive them, then obviously it becomes a problem. So if you don't want to run into anybody like this, and you get anybody that do buys off you and then claims you didn't get it, there is genuine times where your mail doesn't turn up, like. But if you buy 100 items and then, you know, let's say an item don't turn up, or you buy something off a guy. I mean, I've got a Mewtwo card that I bought off one seller and I haven't received it yet. It's been like 2 weeks, but it says awaiting dispatch. Like, the guy hasn't even posted it yet. So I don't know if he's away on holiday or anything. I haven't even messaged him. I'm going to message him and say, yo, have you got my Mewtwo card? Have you posted it? Blah, blah, blah. If he doesn't respond, then the seller is clearly away and he's on a private account, right? So he's not a business seller, so he could be, I don't know. He could be fucking in holiday on the Gran Canaria for all we know, right? But anyway, there is genuine times where somebody doesn't dispatch a card, or, you know, doesn't dispatch an item. To basically get items and say you didn't go is bullshit. Like, I mean, the card I brought is only worth like £4 anyway, so who really gives a fuck? Like, it's one of them, right? But thanks for watching my video, and don't try and scam on eBay, because you will get fucking raped by, you know, eBay's fucking community detection service, yeah? Or, you know, if someone looks at your account, you're going to get bummed for it. So it is what it is. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.